Hey everyone, I know this is kind of a different video than what many were probably expecting from me, but I want to start working on rewrites, and if you like this, then comment down below. I really want to figure out what I want to do. Total Drama is one of my favorite series, for many reasons, but its core reason is its characters. And when you think of characters in the Total Drama series, there's a lot you think of. Lindsay, Heather, Courtney, but Ezekiel is one of the most iconic, purely because he's the first boot of the entire show. It's a pitiful fate, but at the same time an important one to play. You always have to have the first person out, and he plays that role quite well. Aloof, awkward, socially inept. It's a great way of showing this series off on a fun end. So, I always thought that he could have a fun arc if given the chance. But when Season 3 came rolling around, he never got that chance. Despite being in the season, he's not on the cover and ends up getting the first boot. Well, technically Duncan does, but I don't really count him since he rejoins. They really do not like this guy in the slightest, huh? I mean, you get a joke that's so goddamn awful that people even agree it's horrid in the fandom. Like, why turn him into a zombie? It's so stupid. Why? Sorry, this is just one of my least favorite parts of the entire show. It's so pointless, in my opinion. Funny, but pointless. So, I took it upon myself to rewrite this guy into the character he deserved to become. A guy who actually got a redemption, not a failure. For what season I had to pick, I was stuck between doing Island or World Tour. I also could have done All-Stars in his mutant form, but I felt like that would have been way too much of a risk, and most importantly, way too difficult. So I ended up landing on World Tour. I felt like Island was what made his character, and if I changed that, it would be getting rid of his character as a whole. But let's get on to the guidelines and rules. I'm not allowed to change core personalities. I can't change Ezekiel's airheadedness and make him 1,000 IQ, because that would be really dumb. I should keep the character's core. I can't change major events with the exception of one at the very start. This is teams, eliminations, etc. Basically, I will be following most of canon as closely as possible unless I'm forced to change something to fix numbers. And lastly, 3. I don't have to make the player win. If I had to make Ezekiel win this season, we would be here a lot freaking longer. I would literally take an extra month on this alone. But if you want more rewrites, then like, subscribe, hype the video, and do all that stuff. With me trying to figure out stuff, it's greatly appreciative if you guys like this content. Anyway, let's go on to the actual stuff. For my key change, I ended up deciding to go with swapping him from Team Victory and giving him to Team Amazon. I felt like he actually works with this team quite well, especially with his old sexual stuff before. And also, Victory's just a team of flops. Could have been one of the best teams with how many good characters on there. Some of my favorites, but they decided to throw it all away. It's really sad, but I guess all the characters got development. Anyways, with episode 1, it pretty much stays the same, besides the team swap thing I mentioned. Maybe Chris puts him on that team for the sake of balancing out now that Duncan is missing, but whatever. Episode 2, Ezekiel is still his goofy self, but no longer an elimination happens here due to him not being on Team Victory. I'll have to fix this later, but I think it should be generally fine. Episode 3, Ezekiel is mainly here for slapstick and comedy. He fails the first part of the challenge, following him tearing himself over Cody to try to prove himself, but he makes it up for the second half, messing up a few lines, but overall getting the good idea. Harold's still out. Episode 4, he would call out Alejandro and Bridget's kiss thing, just for funnies, which would kind of get Bridget to snap out of it, but once alone, pretty much Alejandro puts him on the spell. Bridget goes. Episode 5 is pretty much has to be an elimination, and Ezekiel wouldn't do much here. Now that it's an elimination, Tyler will go has the Noah Alliance targets him over Alejandro. Because why target Alejandro? Episode 6, Tyler would get skipped in the aftermath for the sake of the bit, and also so we can have the Bridget song and fight scene. It's nothing too important, aftermaths won't change too much in this what if, besides Tyler's inclusion here. Episode 7, again, goes generally the same. Heather and Ezekiel would start forming an alliance because they're both on the bottom. Mainly Heather's manipulation, but I digress. Lashana still goes here, and everything else stays pretty much similar to canon. Episode 8 is pretty much the same. Ezekiel is now just part of the whole freaking out about the zing-zings. Victory still does their stuff. Chris still does their stuff. I don't really have much to change. Episode 9, again, pretty much goes the same, though Ezekiel would try to work with Cody to get out Sierra, believing that he's on the bottom of the team, because in the previous vote out, he would have been eliminated if it wasn't a non-elim. Anyway, episode 10, Ezekiel goes with Heather to try to recruit DJ. Does this work? Absolutely not. Ezekiel, in fact, makes it even worse. But he still does his usual goofy slapstick things. And with episode 11, again, it goes generally the same. Just Ezekiel comedy moments, and DJ and Izzy still going home. Izzy via the medevac, and DJ via the elimination. And there's victory. Anyway, episode 12. Again, nothing really changes. The Save the Show song happens. Tyler's now included and probably does some act to try to get viewers. This probably destroys the place, since, let's be honest here. Anyways, episode 13 has the largest changes. Ezekiel is now part of the Gwen and Courtney duo because he wouldn't get caught. They wouldn't listen to him, but that's just important to know. And also, he would see the Grunkin kiss now. Noah goes home now due to a tiebreaker. Episode 14, Ezekiel is now frazzled by the Duncan kiss and being threatened. Heather would get this out of him instead because she feels desperate to do so, because believing that she will be going home otherwise. She would be right, but Gwen is safe. Episode 15 doesn't really change at all, besides the fact since Alejandro, Duncan, and Owen are the only people on the team, Duncan and Alejandro agreed to vote out Owen because of the deal that Duncan made with Alejandro. Episode 16, again, doesn't really have too many hiccups, just that Alejandro and Duncan start earlier now, and also that it really doesn't matter because Gwen is basically still doomed here, as everyone would vote for her. Episode 17, it's pretty easy to say that Alejandro and Duncan win due to their general lack of chaos and Cody being a simp. Sierra would be the person who would have gone home here, but is saved. Episode 18, the aftermath, that doesn't change again. I really don't have much to say about these things. Honestly, the aftermaths kinda are just dry, but plainly still comes back, which is, I guess, cool. Anyways, episode 19 is Ezekiel's last competition episode, so we're gonna wrap him up. Ezekiel, when getting paired with Blanley would actually be pretty excited to have him, as he's getting a pretty good popularity spike. He would be surprised, but happy and confessional. The challenge goes on the same, and the reason why Alejandro would want him out is mainly because he finds him extremely annoying, and also being an ally of Heather, would really want him gone. So, he gets voted out, and that's really it. Episode 24 doesn't really change too much, but Ezekiel would actively support Heather, taking the place of Owen in this scene. But that's just really nothing too much to note. He just gets last because he's a klutz. Episode 26. Again, he replaces someone else here, mainly just for comedy's sake, but Alejandro still gets their finale just like in canon. There's really not much else to know here. Just the finale goes the same, but Ezekiel's here. Anyways, what do you think? I kind of want to do more rewrites in the future, so if you're interested, comment down below who you want. It's likely going to be Eva, but still. I would like to thank you for watching. This has been a really fun video, and if you want to see more, then like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff that YouTubers say. I'm really not the best at this. Anyways, see you guys on the next summer side, or whatever. I don't really have a phrase.